Welcome back. I'm Nolan Stoltz, the composer of the Route 66 Suite, and this is part 13 of a series of videos on AD 1926, places inspiring that opening movement of the suite. Last episode dates back several months, actually. This was a whole video dedicated to Hooker, which is inspiration for AD 1926, 66 ghost towns, Among the Trees, and here you can tell the road is gone. So we're going to continue along on Old 66 on Teardrop Road into Devil's Elbow. There's a popular place with Route 66 travelers on the right, but it did not exist in 1926, so it's out of the scope of this particular trip. Coming up on the left is a place that dates back to 1927, and although it didn't exist in 1926, Route 66 was official in November of 26, so really spring and summer of 1927 was the first time it was really practical to travel. Just west of Devil's Elbow is the ghost town of Morgan Heights. It's cut off by the interstate, and there really isn't much left there. Here's a piece of the road. Further west is Waynesville, and right in the town square we get this old stagecoach stop that predates 66 by over 70 years. Also in the square is this station, also predates 66, and then just down the road a little bit we get the Ruby-Doo Bridge, also predating 66. Now it was widened a little bit later, but we still get that flavor of early 66. And what can be more timeless than just sitting next to the bridge and watching the water and listening to the wind? Just beyond the bridge, we have the Bell Hotel, predating Route 66 by a year. After Waynesville and then Buckhorn, we take Highway P into Lakeway. Coming up on the left, we see this old store that also served as the post office for Lakeway. Dates back to 1890, and this place has the same red car parked in front that I can remember probably since 2012 or something. Coming up next is an area once known as Dadtown. Not a lot of people know about this little stretch of 66. This is Snipe Road. So this was the original 66 until it was paved, and you'll see the paved version of 66 that will join up in a second. So this later version of 66, this is the one that's shown on most guides and apps and stuff. Highway AB. But check out that little bit on Snipe Road next time you're in Dadtown. Next up is a favorite among Route 66 travelers, the bridge over the Gasconade River. Many people are trying to save this from being destroyed or moved, or we'll see what happens, but at least to preserve it, what I've done here, driving up and then I'm walking across the bridge and speeding up the files, so we'll just pretend we're driving across it. 66 then crosses the interstate and ends up over here on Hidden Hills Road. Some guides show this, but most don't, so this is not a very well-known stretch of original 66, but it's a nice little drive because you can really get that flavor of early 66. Look at this. A cemetery that predates 66 by over 60 years. Family cemetery. Coming up on the right is a place once known as Sunrise View, a camp and then cabins dating back to 1926. Coming up next is Lebanon. 66 bypassed downtown Lebanon, so what you find along 66 is more the mid-century. So you're not going to find 1926 era stuff along that road, but you do pass Camp Joy from 1927. Here's one surviving cabin. 66 also bypassed Phillipsburg, but we do see the Twin Oaks cabins and a Texaco station. These date back to 1926. 66 bypasses other towns in this area, such as Conway and Niangua. And coming up on the left is the Rock Haven. It was a roadhouse. They had live music and dancing, also a gas station, restaurant, cafe, bar. Up ahead, you see the road is closed. That is because they are putting in a new bridge, replacing the 1924 one. But next to that bridge is this old station. I've seen 1925 as a date. I've also seen 1930. I think we'll end our 1926 travels there and pick it up in Marshfield in the next episode. So, to watch these videos, to get caught up, or other topics about Route 66, subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/Route66Suite. See you out on the road.